Today I want to talk about something that literally popped into my head like right when I was waking up this morning. And it is based on Byron Katie. If you've ever heard of her, she's amazing, and she developed this thing called the work, which is basically a method of inquiry that you use based on your thoughts and the stories that you tell yourself. Obviously, this is all under the lens of personal development, right? So we have these stories and these persistent thoughts that generally come up in our lives, but are they useful and are they serving us? And is it necessary for us to question them and go, well, maybe this isn't even my thought. Maybe this isn't a thought that maybe it's an old thought that really worked to help me get from A to B, but now I want to go from B to F. From A to Z, and this thought and this story and these beliefs no longer serve me. So I have been in total creation mode lately. So I've just been thinking about growing my business, who I am as an entrepreneur. I'm a funpreneur. I literally just happened upon this thing called a funpreneur, and I was like, oh, where were you 38 years ago? I guess when I was 2, that's maybe when I was starting to dream about what I wanted to be when I grew up. Anyway, I want to talk about these stories and these thoughts that are in our heads, because I have had some stories that no longer serve me. Some stories that are, I am not good at business, business is hard, systems are hard. There's so many systems. I'm never going to figure out which one to implement into my business to help me grow. I am never going to be consistent. I've never been consistent with a workout program, so how am I ever really going to be consistent? I don't know how to do that. I don't know how. I don't know who. I don't know when. I'm not enough. These are these stories, and maybe you have one too. Maybe you really have a big goal to change your body, but your story is, I don't like to sweat, right? I don't like to sweat. And it's like, well, is that real? Is that really gonna serve you? Is it a thought that's really gonna serve you? And how does I don't like to sweat add up to I wanna create a better body for myself? Because generally those things go together. Or I'm not good at business, like I said before, or I'm not a great mom. These are stories that we tell ourselves, and then because we tell ourselves these stories so consistently, we start to believe them. So all I'm asking is, could we question these stories? Could we go, where did this come from? And is it my thought, or is it my story? Or is it something that's been happening out here in society or in the world or with our parents or with our friends that we've sort of absorbed into our own stories? I had a big story that I wasn't a whole person unless people liked me, right? Unless people liked me, I was not gonna be good at business, well-liked, sell anything, be successful. And I've continually questioned that story, because that one's a pervasive one. That one's really deep. And of course it is. We're born to parents that we want to convince them to like us. We know that it's inherent, but we want them to like us so we get our needs met. So that's a real deep one, the people-pleasing story that I tell myself. But because of it, I question it constantly, and I lean into it when it pops up, and I'm like, where is this coming from? I know it's coming from old thoughts, old beliefs, old needs, old survival mode. So how can I question it, and who am I without that story? Well, I'm a person that doesn't care what people think. I love you, but I can't worry about the way you think about me in order for me to feel whole or feel successful. So I'm a person that is thriving because she's fearless and unstoppable, because she doesn't let what other people think of her stop her from creating. Stop her from trying new things. Stop her from putting herself out there. Stop her from embarrassing herself. Right? This is who I am without the story that I need to please people in order to feel whole. And then, because these stories are so powerful that we believe, could we create a new story for ourselves? So could I create a story that says, I'm actually really consistent with my workout habits and my healthy eating habits, that I do this on a daily basis? That's my story. And who am I with that one? Well, I'm unstoppable. I thrive. I feel great in my body. I am a person that is fearless about going after what she wants and will stop at nothing to get there. Meaning, I'll learn the business acumen, I will ask the right questions, I will find the mentor. I am that person, right? This new story is I'm on a personal development journey, and on that journey, I ask for help. So this goes through dating, right? I'm not lovable, right? You might not consciously say something like that about yourself, but you might be like, I hate online dating. Well, with that story, you're showing up at these online dating opportunities kind of with an attitude or an air or an unattractiveness because you hate online dating. Or I know that online dating is a natural process for me to find my soulmate. I show up with love, I show up with light, I show up excited, I show up interested, and then all of a sudden you show up in a very attractive state. So who are you without these old stories? I'm a negative person, I'm just negative, I'm probably never gonna change. If I did, people wouldn't know what to do with me, right? This is, I fear change, or I'm afraid of putting myself out there as a changed human being because of what other people might say. So your story is similar to mine, right? I'm worried about what other people think. But who am I without that? Well, I'm a force. I am active. I'm in action mode. I'm not defeated or losing energy because I'm overthinking what other people might think of my next move. I just do it. I just get into action and I do it. I don't let that stop me, right? And then I can create a new story. And my story is a story of fearlessness. I'm a force. I'm unstoppable. I know who I am. I believe in what I believe. I believe in what I believe. I believe in what I'm doing. I believe that there is a purpose for me on this earth and that I'm living it. And I believe that I can create a business with joy, that I can be paid for being who I am, that I can elicit transformation and change by transforming and changing myself, right? What a powerful story. So I'm on here to ask you to question the stories that are running on repeat in your head, that binge watching Netflix in your head of a shitty story that's not serving you. And ask why. And then ask how you can create a new story. Ask who you need to be, and then live into that new story. Look at these wilty pieces of celery, these wilty heads. I've had a lot of celery in my fridge, so I'm hoping that this is gonna be revived really soon. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing week. Question your thoughts, question those stories, and create the story that you want to live. Have an amazing day. Bye.